The Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network is proud to present volleyball from inside Turner Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Lynchburg. Oh yes, senior night, one senior for Lynchburg, Princess Salafu. We're going to be talking so much about her and the rest of the Hornets taking on the Guilford Quakers tonight. Quakers in town for a key Old Dominion Athletic Conference matchup, and it is key. It is the final conference game for Lynchburg. They've got 5 more games on the schedule, but all non-conference. So the ODAC wraps up for Lynchburg tonight. They are trying to secure a spot in that postseason tournament, and Guilford is trying to do the same thing. We'll run down those standings for you in just a little bit. Hello, volleyball fans. My name is Kyle Haney. We've got a full crew here on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network tonight. We wanted to go all out for this final regular season conference game for Lynchburg. There's some shots of the Hornets getting warmed up on their side. We're getting a crowd filing in here inside Turner. It is late October volleyball now, so definitely the time that everybody starts thinking about postseason play. You want to be playing your best right now, and there's Princess Salafu in the middle of your screen, the outstanding senior for Lynchburg. We will be talking about her, and we're going to try to let you hear as much of the senior night festivities for Princess as possible. We'll use our crowd microphone for that, but we're really looking forward to a great night. Lynchburg will come into the contest at 8-10, 5-6 in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. Lynchburg has lost 2 in a row. That was a game at home a week ago, a loss to Mary Washington in this gym. And then Lynchburg went on the road Saturday to Virginia Beach and fell to the Virginia Wesleyan Marlins. Guilford comes in at 16-7. Really good overall record for the Quakers. They're 5-5 in the ODAC, so they've got 2 more conference games left, including tonight. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about Guilford's outstanding record on the road. They're 12-4 away from home this season. Typically, in all sports, I think you play better at home than you do on the road. And then specifically in volleyball, which we've been talking about all season long, volleyball teams tend to have really good home records. Lynchburg is very similar. Hannah Gibbons is 22-12 in her career here inside Turner as the Lynchburg head coach. But back to Guilford, that says a lot that they are not just over 500 on the road this season. They're well over 500, 12-4 on the road this year, and they've actually had to really become road warriors too. They were in Lynchburg on Saturday where they beat Randolph on Saturday. They have gone to Bridgewater and Washington and Lee. They had to go to Hollins. They had to go all the way up to EMU and Shenandoah this season, which ends up being a pretty long trip for Guilford. So congratulations to them on what they've done so far this season. Emily Gann in her 14th year for the Guilford Quakers. This is the 50th season that Guilford has played women's volleyball. So very, very impressive for a really great member of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, the Guilford Quakers. Always fun to watch them play. And you're looking at the warm-ups now, and I think both teams are going to be wearing their black jerseys tonight with the black shorts. So that'll be interesting too. But we'll get it straight for you, fans. Don't worry. And you can always stay up to date with everything happening with Lynchburg Sports by visiting our website, lynchburgsports.com. Sign up for those email updates. Those really come in handy. And then you've got the social media connections and destinations, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We had such a great time this weekend with Lynchburg Homecoming. That was a full 48 hours of wild and crazy events. Had our Hall of Fame induction ceremony inside Turner on Friday night. That was a blast. Had to hang out with the baseball team some for their national championship ring presentation ceremony. And then it was a full day of action on Saturday. Even got to watch some swimming with my guy Evan Gavin. We had a blast poolside watching swimming, and we'll be doing that again soon. Lynchburg swim team has another home meet in 2 weeks, I think, or one week from Saturday, actually. So call it a week and a half. Yes, I'm getting confirmation from Evan, who is also our director tonight. We'll run down our entire team because it is A-plus stuff up here in the press box at Turner Gymnasium. Wayne Profit Court is the site, and the pregame warm-ups are done. So I think we're going to get our senior night festivities cranked up. And just the one senior, Princess Salafu from Nashville, Tennessee. We'll be talking about Princess a lot more as the game goes on, but I'll pause for a moment and we'll turn up our crowd mic, and hopefully you can hear the outstanding little senior night setup that we've got here for you tonight. Then we'll be back with some volleyball after that in just a moment on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
University of Lynchburg for this evening's Old Dominion Athletic Conference Women's Volleyball match, featuring the visiting Quakers of Guilford College and your Lynchburg Hornets. A reminder, the NCAA, the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, and University of Lynchburg ask all participants to promote good sportsmanship at all athletic events. Remember, a positive sporting environment starts with you. Fans, tonight is a special day as the women's volleyball team would like to celebrate its senior day for the graduating class of 2024. Princess Salafoo. Princess is joined by her mother, Eunice Malusi. Princess is a member of Honor Leaders Program, the Business Scholars, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, Champs Mentorship. She volunteers at Brook Hill Horse Farm and the Virginia National Guard. In 78 career matches, Princess has 461 kills and 173 total blocks. After graduating with a degree in business administration and a minor in marketing, Princess plans to go to grad school for her MBA in business analytics and logistics. Let's have one more round of applause for the graduating class of 2024. Now, let's meet tonight's competitors.
Great stuff there for Princess Salafoo, the lone senior for the Lynchburg Hornets this season. I don't know if you could hear the career numbers there from our public address man, Sam Graham, down there on the microphone, but it's 78 career matches. So this will be match number 79 for Princess tonight. 284 sets played. It's really been quite a career. 173 blocks, 461 kills. I think she needs 187 total blocks to get inside the Lynchburg top 10, and that's very doable with 6 matches left and perhaps 7 or 8 or even 9 if Lynchburg can make a strong postseason run. Time for our team comparison here as we'll run down the tail of the tape, and we will be talking more about Princess Salafoo, but more about these two teams. You see the statistical breakdown there. Not a total large disparity in any category, but Guilford is really playing good volleyball this year. 16-7. They're playing good volleyball as of late, where they have won 4 of their last 6. Guilford has won 12 of their last 16. That dates back to September 9th. You see the aces per set there. Lynchburg's really been serving it good all season, so it's actually kind of rare to see a team come in with more aces than Lynchburg. Attack percentage a little bit better there for Guilford as well, even though they get slightly fewer kills per set. One to watch for Guilford will be number 22, Natalie Moore, sophomore from Talbot, Tennessee. Another Tennessean like our lone senior for Lynchburg, Princess Salafoo, but Natalie Moore will be one to watch for sure for the Guilford. She leads for the Guilford Quakers, excuse me. She leads them in kills. She had her career high 27 kills back on October the 7th. She's also got 8 track and field records at Guilford College. So an outstanding athlete, not just inside the gym, but also out on the track for Guilford, Natalie Moore. So starters getting announced right now for the Guilford Quakers. The setter will be number 4, Maddie Page, a junior. Projected in the starting lineup, number 10, Madison Duvall. Number 12, Chrisabel Alcantara. Number 15, Vanessa Johnson. And the libero is Madison Bozarth, freshman for Guilford. They've got a nice mix of young and old. Quakers have 7 freshmen, 7 sophomore to go along with 1 junior and 4 seniors. We've talked about the youth movement all season long for Lynchburg. They feature just the 1 senior, and 2 juniors, Maya Green, and then also Sydney Phillips, a junior. Everybody else for Lynchburg, freshman and sophomore. So 2 teams that we can expect to be pretty good in the next few years. And of course, everybody else is going to be good the next few years as well. We'll get to a few more starting lineup introductions. National anthem coming up next. We'll step aside for a brief second here. We'll meet you at the net in just a moment. It's Lynchburg, Guilford, ODAC Volleyball coming up next on LHSN.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone will become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
We're set and ready for volleyball inside Turner Gymnasium. Kyle Haney spending some time with you on a Wednesday night, our final LHSN volleyball broadcast of the season, because if Lynchburg does secure that spot in the ODAC tournament, it looks like it's going to be in the 7 or the 8 seed. Lynchburg 8-10 on the season, 5-6 in conference play. Guilford 16-7 on the year, but 5-5 in ODAC play. So this is a very key matchup. We're going to run down the entire standings for you as this match goes on, but so many implications for this one. Plus, you always want to go out with a bang your final game on your home court. I know Lynchburg wants to do that. On court to start for Lynchburg will be number 17, Kaylee Keogh, the 5'8 sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. Number 16, 6-foot freshman, Ava Meinhardt from Jefferson City, Missouri. Our senior, Princess Salafu, the 5'8 senior from Nashville, Tennessee, is out there as well. Tori Williamson, 5'10 freshman from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. On court setter right now is Jana Leak, 5'6 sophomore from Williamsburg, Virginia. The libero who just checked in is number 2, Cassie Blackmore. She's a 5'9 junior from Nolensville, Tennessee. And then you've got Bree Spainhour, number 12, 5'10 sophomore from Rural Hall, North Carolina. Bree Spainhour had a nice game Saturday in the loss to Virginia Wesleyan. 9 kills on 18 attempts, just 1 error, swinging it at .444. We're underway. Jump serve from Leak. Handled in the back row, tipped over. Blackmore will dive into that one. First swing going to Ava Meinhardt, and it's a kill. Lynchburg with an early lead, 1-0. Hornets on top early. They typically do play well in this gym, and the first set has typically been pretty good for Lynchburg. Free balled over. Lynchburg in system. Kaylee Keough cross court, wrist away to that near right sideline for the second point, and Kaylee Keough's first kill. Kaylee Keough is 12th in the ODAC in kills per set. She's 7th in points because she'll get some service aces. She'll get a few blocks in there as well to go along with the rifle right arm from Kaylee Keough. Long serve there from Jana Leak. That's the first point for Guilford. Quakers are an interesting ball club. When you scout them and you talk to Lynchburg head coach Hannah Givens, they do some unorthodox things. They'll go over on 2, they'll go over on 1 sometimes, randomly, and it's by design. They like to keep teams guessing, and you can't say it hasn't worked. 16 and 7 this year, yeah. 16 wins to just 7 losses. Spainhour got stuffed, but got her own cover. Play on. Blackmore will swing one over. Guilford in system, tipped over. Now Blackmore's going to bump set Kaylee Keough from off court and got it to work with a roll shot. Lynchburg 3, Guilford 1. But it's a Quaker team that Natalie Moore might be the highlight, but they have plenty of options. Madison Duval, Chrisabel Alcantara, Vanessa Johnson. They'll all get some swings. They'll all be pretty good. They'll hit you from some odd angles. There's more attacking from the back row right there. Caused some problems. Sent it right at the setter, Jana Leak, and that's the second point of the game for Guilford. This will be Natalie Moore to serve. She's up on the ODAC charts as far as points per game and kills and those sorts of things. She's a 6 rotation player. She doesn't need to come off. Nice swing from Bree Spainhour. Found a seam, used it. Lynchburg leads 4-2. Here comes Princess Salafu back in as she'll rotate to the front row. Talked about the outstanding career numbers for Princess Salafu. The season numbers for Princess Salafu are pretty good as well. Half a block a game. She's swinging it at 158, which is not a percentage that is going to blow you away, but I think she's been an effective offensive option for Coach Hannah Givens. Coach Givens gave us some great stories about Princess Salafu. She was really the first commit that she had when she took over as a team, and she said Princess Salafu kind of recruited me. There's Bree Spainhour right to the middle of the floor. Big opening there. Bree Spainhour did not miss. But Princess Salafu, she sent Coach Givens an email, and Hannah Givens said she still got the email. She actually looked at it this morning getting ready for the game. But basically Princess Salafu said, I want to play volleyball in college, and I'd like to play for you. And that's how the connection was born, and it's been a great one of the all-time best in Lynchburg history. Princess Salafu. Nice dig on one knee by Kaylee Keough. Salafu tried to tip over. That didn't work. Partial block there. Abby Barlow's in the game. She'll bump it to Kaylee Keough. Libero will bump set far side. Ooh, strong swing there from, I believe, it was number 9, Casey Johnson. Casey Johnson, number 9, will check out. Casey Johnson has 106 kills on the season. That's good for 4th on Guilford's ball club. And now serving, it'll be Amber Chiaralanzio. Guilford's a team unorthodox a bit in their attack, but also in the fact that they use quite a few different players. There's Tori Williamson getting involved in the attack for Lynchburg. Good effort by the libero Madison Bozarth and also Natalie Moore to try to slide that one off the hardwood, but they could not get there. Too strong from Tori Williamson. 6-4, Lynchburg leads. And this is our first look at Reagan Shanahan into the game. She's been serving quite a lot, playing back row. Can't get that one. Morgan Clark, excuse me. That's Morgan Clark that served and then got 8 up on the hard swing there. That was a ball that just nosedived right in front of her. Couldn't quite get to it. Quakers are back within 1. 6-5, Lynchburg leads. 6-5, set 1 action from inside Turner. They serve the middle. That's Abby Barlow. Maya Green to set Princess Salafu. Looking for a tip with the high, hard swing, but that's out of play. And we're tied up 6-6. Green, Salafu, and Keogh in the front row right now for Lynchburg. Good defense in the back row, and they read that serve was long. Point for Lynchburg. Service error on number 18, Lydia Saunders. Guilford serves it aggressive, and as so often, great effort by Abby Barlow, as so often with those aggressive serving teams, they tend to rack up a few more service errors, and you could probably throw Lynchburg in that category somewhat as well, too. We're tied up 7-7. At the line now is Faith Fennell. Faith Fennell's just got 12 sets played this season. This will be set number 13 for her, and we're pretty deep into the year. Back to Coach Emily Gann for Guilford. Not afraid to try some different things. Great sliding save there by Morgan Clark, and that's going to lead to a point. That's defense leading to offense right there. Morgan Clark came from nowhere. She was outer space to slide in there and pancake that one off the ground. Lynchburg by 1 again. Jana Leak back in the game serving. We've got the full complement of cameras now. We're going to get you some great looks. Natalie Moore got a great look, but got stuffed. Ava Meinhardt and Bree Spainauer combining to put the wall up for Lynchburg. They lead by 2. Way this game's unfolded early, it's been back and forth. I think the biggest Lynchburg lead has been 2. That's what they're on top of right now. A lot of ties. Meinhardt will get the candy on the overpass and say thank you very much. Now Lynchburg is up 3. I believe this is their biggest lead of set number 1. Overpass, a result of some good serving from Jana Leak. She's been outstanding at the service line this second half of the year. Another good one there. Leak will have to get that one up. Kaylee Keogh, roll shot, left side. Moore is there, overpass. Meinhardt again. Oh, and the little push shot by the libero. Number 3, Madison Bozarth. So that's back to the unorthodox, attacking on 1. The typical volleyball game plan there is ball to the libero, send a pass to your setter, and then get in system for a big swing. Bozarth saw the big opening there, and a really, really crafty play to push it in for what ends up being a kill. Bozarth will roll shot one to the middle there. Now Lynchburg is in system. Kaylee Keogh, rocket right arm for KK, and that's a point. Lynchburg up 3 again, 11-8. Tori Williamson coming back into the game. Morgan Clark exits. Last time out, Lynchburg got swept at Virginia Wesleyan. Marlins are undefeated in ODAC play. So not necessarily a shocking result, but talking to Hannah Givens, she and her team were still disappointed. They thought they'd play better on the road against Virginia Wesleyan, especially after a decent performance against Mary Washington earlier in the week. That was 1 week ago today that Mary Washington came inside Turner. So there was some disappointment on the trip for Lynchburg. But you got to move on. Got to find a way to rally and regroup and get some results. Nice shot there by Tori Williamson. Sent it to the deep right corner, right between a couple Guilford players. 12-9, Lynchburg leading by 3. Lynchburg's really done a nice job finding the openings and the cracks, the seams in the defense. Not necessarily their highest velocity swings. That one was high velocity. Bree Spainauer got the knuckles on it, but it just ricocheted right out of bounds. 12-10. Lacey Johnson, the kill there. She's racking them up. She's been a very important part of the first set game plan for Guilford. Keogh bumps to Jana Leak, and there's Princess Salafu throwing the hammer down. Senior gets her first kill of the night. Great stuff right there from Princess Salafu. 13-10, Abby Barlow serving for Lynchburg. Float serve handled by Moore. Oh, rocket shot right there. Very nice from Crisbel Alcantara. She is second on the team in kills with 147 coming into the ball game. So add a few to that for Crisbel Alcantara. She swings it at a pretty high percentage as well, 261. Very efficient on the attack. She had 16 kills on Saturday against Randolph. Salafu will swing again. Handled briefly by Guilford, but Princess Salafu is going to get credit for another kill. 14-11. Love getting Princess Salafu involved in the offense. Not just because it's senior night, but I think when you get that middle involved in the attack, it really opens up your pin hitters as well. You got so many options. Defense has to cover the whole floor, cover all the angles. Nice dig by Barlow through the rafters, but then it'll get to a spot where Maya Green can't get around the stanchion there, the referee's platform. 14-12. Lynchburg still by 2. Guilford showing a lot of fight, though. It's back and forth volleyball. Lynchburg's led by 3, but no more than that. Guilford has only tied. I don't think the Quakers have led at all in this one. Kaylee Keogh in flight and ripping it down for the point. 15-12. You know Kaylee Keogh is going to get a steady diet of sets. She's always going to be involved in the game plan, and should be. Subs in. Blackmore serving for Lynchburg. It's Clark, Blackmore, Barlow, Keogh, Green, and Ava Meinhardt. There it is, attacking on 2. Setter dump, very nicely placed there. That's Maddie Page. Maddie Page averages over 7.5 assists per game. But she also gets, or 7.5 assists per set, rather. It's over 7.5 assists per set for Maddie Page. But she's also just under half a kill per set. So you can tell with that, she is taking her shots with regularity. Keogh will bump. Green's going to try the attack. That was handled by Guilford. Now back set. Green to Kaylee Keogh. Got it on the deflection. Tooled the block out of play down the far left sideline. 16-13. Lynchburg by 3 again. Jana Leak back into the game to serve. Bree Spainauer joins her on the front row. Leak had that outstanding day on the service line against Shenandoah. It's a career-high 8 aces. Even the ones that weren't aces were like that, where it really caused problems for Guilford, yeah. Quakers' Natalie Moore sends that one into the net. That might go down as an attacking error, but really Jana Leak deserves an ace, perhaps, for that. Our first time out of the ball game. Gives us a chance to talk about those Old Dominion Athletic Conference standings that we have been touching on. There it is. You see Virginia Wesleyan at the top of the table there, undefeated in conference play. And then you got Lynchburg currently in 8th. So they are currently in 8th. Top 8 get to the ODAC tournament. If Lynchburg wins this, they would leapfrog Guilford up to 7th, because even though Guilford would be 5 and 6, Lynchburg would be Lynchburg would be 6 and 6 with a win. Guilford would fall to 5 and 6. The best they could be, even with a victory in their last ODAC game, would be 6 and 6. Lynchburg would hold the tiebreaker. So basically, to sum it up, Lynchburg wins tonight. They're locked into that 7th spot, locked into the 7th seed for Lynchburg if they can get a victory here on their home court. Not my most eloquent phrasing ever, but hopefully you understand the situation. And of course, you can go to the ODAC website, check it out yourself. You can go to the Lynchburg website to learn more always. There's number 7, Jana Leak, serving with her team up by 4. Another tough one there for Leak. It was taken by Amber Chiarlanzio. Lynchburg will end up getting another point, 18-13. Leak with another one of these long serving runs. Hard jump, float serve. Ooh. That one hit the floor. Looked like maybe Morgan Clark got a thin piece of skin under that, but you could tell from her reaction that she knew that it actually hit the floor. Nice job by Guilford to stem some of the Lynchburg momentum. Hornets were building up a lot of that. Quakers needed it. They've got it back here. This is Maddie Page serving. Tough serve there, handled by Morgan Clark. Leak will set nobody. I think Ava Meinhardt was supposed to run the slide play out to the right there, and it didn't happen, so Leake's set was just kind of an air ball. Cassie Blackmore tried to hustle in and get it over. Blackmore plays so hard. That's a trait for her. Kaylee Keough will push one down the line, and that will drop. Got a piece of Casey Johnson there. Kaylee Keough, so good. Those mid-air adjustments that I've been talking about, based on the set and then also based on the defense. She doesn't always have to go with the high-velocity fastball. She's got all the shots. And really, she's getting more and more shots as the year goes on. Natalie Moore's got the shots, contact in the net against Lynchburg. So that's a point anyway. Might have been a point for Natalie Moore. That was going to be tough to hoist up. Guilford back within 3, 19-16. Score on your screen, is correct. And we're in the first set. Net joust coming there. Lynchburg has a chance to make something out of this down the line, but out of play from Tori Williamson. Guilford back within 2. You can feel the Quakers building some momentum. This is Natalie Moore serving. She's first on the team in aces. Her ability to score in different ways is a very, very big asset for Guilford. That's why she's one of the best in conference. Handled up top there by Jana Leake, and then a slight mishit from Tori Williamson. Guilford within 1, 19-18. Coach Hannah Givens maybe thinking about a timeout potentially for Lynchburg. Like to see her team just kind of figure it out on their own without the instructions. Better rip from Tori Williamson. Partially deflected, and then Williamson will get a block. Guilford's going to free ball it over. Blackmore handles. Leak, middle set for Spainauer. Man, that was firepower there. How did Moore dig it up? Contact with the net. Guilford's going to tie it up. That was on Lynchburg. And I think the timeout is coming from Coach Hannah Givens. Yes, Lynchburg will take their first pause of the game. We are knotted up 19-19. Quakers have come back from a 4-point deficit to tie this first set action here inside Turner. We're broadcasting it to you live on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. Both teams have taken a timeout. Guilford really started their run after their timeout. So let's see if Lynchburg can have their after timeout response as well. Natalie Moore serving for Guilford. Bree Spainauer gets the set and makes it count. A missile there from Bree Spainauer, who had an outstanding Saturday down at Virginia Wesleyan in a losing effort. Bree Spainauer, 9 kills, just 1 error. That was on 18 swings. She actually had a solo block and 2 block assists as well. And Bree Spainauer is getting ready for her second sport, too. Out ball there. Good job by Jana Leake to let it go. You could hear the audible call from Jana Leake, and it was the right one. But yeah, just back to Bree Spainauer, a member of the women's basketball team. I was talking with Coach Allison Nichols at the Midnight Madness festivities on Friday. That was also part of the homecoming fun. She was very excited about Bree Spainauer this season. Rest of the ball club as well. But just loves her work ethic, loves what she brings to the team. Inside, outside kind of combo on the basketball court for Lynchburg women's team. Can't wait to see her in a different uniform, but on the same court. Here's the libero, Bozarth, serving for Guilford. Leak has to pull that one out of the net. Results in an overpass. Contact again, but this time it's on Guilford. That was contact up front with the net. Actually, the signal was 2 contacts there, so the double hit, a no-no. And Lynchburg gets the point, back up 2. I guess maybe you can check the box as far as a after timeout response for Lynchburg. So far anyway, don't put it in ink, but grab the pencil. 22-20, Lynchburg back up by 2. Ooh, Guilford, serve receive error there will give Lynchburg one of their easier points of the set. 23-20, another timeout on the court. We're gonna just show you some of the exciting first set action, I'm told, with some highlights here. So keep it here, fans, and keep it here all night, as we've got a good one between Lynchburg and Guilford. Hornets by 3, first set action inside Turner. We always have so much fun with our LHSN team. It's work, but we're going to enjoy it. You know, you got to enjoy what you do. We're going to run down the team here in just a little bit. I love these guys. And I'll say that, and then we'll get into a wild game, and it'll end up being over, and I'll forget to tell you everybody's name. But we'll work on it. We'll make it happen. Abby Barlow's making it happen from the service line right now for Lynchburg. Lynchburg on the left side of your screen wearing black. Guilford wearing black on the right side. Maybe I need to be explaining that a little bit more, as the jersey combos are very similar. Both very good looks. Black always in fashion, I think, especially on court. Nice block pulled out there. That was Salafu and Maya Green. Now Green will go cross court, set to Tori Williamson. Ready, aim, and fire there. That's got Lynchburg within 1, 24-20. Set point right here. It's Abby Barlow, number 6, the sophomore for Lynchburg, serving. Hoping to close it down right here. Don't want Guilford to get any closer. Natalie Moore platforms that one. Now bump set. Free ball coming from the libero. Maya Green will set Tori Williamson. Try to tip with the left hand. Still alive. Green with a nice little setter attack. Sneaky. Now she'll swing. Love seeing that from Maya Green, but Guilford handles it. Blackmore. Pass to Green. Princess Salafu on the slide. Dug up by Natalie Moore. Best rally of the night so far right here. Green overhands one. Platform from Blackmore to Tori Williamson. Play on. Guilford's going to try to rebuild. Barlow handles that one off the rafters. Now a roll shot from Blackmore. Big swing coming left side. Kaylee Keough handles that one with the wide fan. Williamson again, and she got it. What a play there by Lynchburg. They had to work for that one. Got to count how many touches that was during our set break and figure it out. That was a marathon rally that Lynchburg gets to win the set. Hornets lead 1-0 after set 1 on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
Think a private education is too expensive? Think again. At the University of Lynchburg, you can get a personalized education for the cost of a state school. If you're commuting and you get our top scholarships, you could pay much less. And you get all that without the hassle of giant lecture halls. Our faculty know your name here and do more than just teach. You might even do research together and plan out your next career moves.
Welcome to the Campus Recreational Department at the University of Lynchburg. We believe in a student-centered approach to recreation, making sure that all students have fun and engaging activities that promotes wellness, personal growth, and community building.
Our team works to provide a variety of recreation opportunities for all our undergrad and graduate students.
Let's take a look at the different areas of campus rec.
Campus recreation covers all outdoor recreation. Our team offers dozens of trips per semester, maintains recreation facilities on campus, and offers outdoor certificates and leadership training.
Intramurals is open to all students who wants to play on a team. We have men's, women's, and co-ed leagues for each sport we offer.
Those looking for next level competition can join club sports. These are student-led organizations with the support of campus recreation. You can join one of our established club sports, or you can start your own with our support.
Campus recreation offers an excellent amount of opportunities to stay active, make new friends, and develop new skills. We hope
Great shots right there from the LHSN team. Part of the story there for Lynchburg was that offense in set one. They get the win, 25-20. It was the after timeout response. Another well-placed timeout from Coach Hannah Givens. Yeah, Lynchburg swinging it at 326. That's 18 kills on just 4 errors. It was Kaylee Keogh leading the team with 6 kills. Tori Williamson 4, Bree Spainhour 3. And the others are just kind of mixed in there nicely. 1 service ace, 3 errors. And blocking up front, it's 1 total team block for Lynchburg. There were no lead changes in that first set, which is wild to think about because it was very close. Actually, just 3 ties. Lynchburg's biggest lead was the 5-point margin that they ended the set with. Natalie Moore hangs and fires. She'll get set 2 started on the good foot for Guilford. Natalie Moore is a sophomore. There are so many talented young players in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, and Natalie Moore is right up there. She can do so much for the team. And if you missed the little note earlier, Natalie Moore has 8 track and field records already at Guilford College. It was just in her freshman season last year. She broke 8 records. That's a combo between indoor and outdoor, but still, it's just incredible to think about the kind of athleticism there from Natalie Moore, number 22, the sophomore for Guilford. Kaylee Keogh will serve for Lynchburg. We're tied up 1-1. Moore with a hot shot to Keogh's right, couldn't get it. Really, by the time she even reacted, it was already down to the floor. Lynchburg is on the right side of your screen in set 2. Guilford on the left. So we have changed sides. There is Natalie Moore serving, handled by Tori Williamson. Leak will set Spainhour. Tip shot, that's down. Nice job by Bree Spainhour to take some pace off. Recognized what the block was giving her. And just a soft touch over for a point. Knotted up at deuces. The senior Princess Salafu did check back in the game. She's on the front row with Spainhour and Williamson. Jump serve from Ava Meinhardt. That was a good one. Lynchburg has served it well. I know just the 1 ace for Lynchburg, but I think Lynchburg has served it really nicely, and that's caused Guilford some problems. That was Crispell Alcantara with another kill. She had a good first set. 3 kills in the first set for Crispell Alcantara, and now she's got 4. She's a freshman from Greensboro, North Carolina. More young talent. Net touch there on Guilford. That was going to be a kill for Bree Spainhour anyway. I think that ball was going to hit the floor. So we see Spainhour getting set a couple times already. Spainhour out. Maya Green set her in the front row. That's been the combo for Lynchburg. Jana Leak sets out of the back row. Green out of the front row, splitting the duties, and they both bring a little something different to the mix. I love that. Their own flavor to the sauce. Love seeing Maya Green take those hard swings every now and then. Saw one of those in the first set. Barlow handles a hot one there. And it's Stuff on this near left side. Meinhardt got blocked, but there was net contact again for Guilford. And that's a Lynchburg point. They have snatched the lead in set 2, 4-3. Hornets are leading 1-0. Barlow serving for Lynchburg. Hornets will hit the road this weekend. 2 tough ones up in Juniata. Juniata is 22-0. They're one of the best teams in the country. They have been. Lynchburg will also take on Catholic. 2 for 1 day on Saturday. That's up in Huntington, Pennsylvania. Great competition for Lynchburg. Hannah Givens said she wants to play some tough teams before getting into that ODAC tournament. Thinks it'll make her ball club even tougher. Get them ready. Wow. That is a crafty setter dump right there from Maddie Page, her second kill of the evening. Read that one perfectly. Page has got that kind of stealth attack as well, where it's really hard to tell that she's going to pop that over on you. Gets into that ball like it's just going to be a normal set. That's very deceptive there from Maddie Page. Guilford's within 1. Princess Salafu down to the floor. Nice set from Maya Green. Love that connection. One of the all-time best. They've been at it for the last 3 years. Maya Green, a junior. Princess Salafu, a senior. The only senior here on senior night. Lynchburg by 2, 6-4. See if those two hook up again. Nice serve from Morgan Clark. That one dipped down. Salafu got a piece of that on the block touch. Now Lynchburg will get a roll shot from Kaylee Keogh. Guilford looking to get in system. Alcantara, oh, that was firm. That hit the arms and then I think the shoulder or the head of Princess Salafu. Crisbel Alcantara, she'll go serve. Fast swing with the right arm there for the freshman. 6-5, Guilford's within 1. Alcantara, good serve that dipped in front of Clark, but she handled it. Kaylee Keogh will take a rip. That's touched and out of play for a Lynchburg point. Keogh continues her strong start. I think it's 7 for KK now. And Lynchburg has 7. 7-5, Hornets on top by 2. Yeah, Guilford was in Lynchburg, the city of Lynchburg, on Saturday, where they swept Randolph and Mid-Atlantic Christian. They lost in 5 sets last week to Bridgewater. Lynchburg has actually lost 6 sets in a row. That was Wesleyan Saturday and Mary Washington a week ago. They've lost 6 sets in a row, but it's to great competition. It's actually the first time Lynchburg has lost 6 consecutive sets this year. So you don't want it to happen, but it's actually a nice little feather in Lynchburg's cap that the first and only time it's happened this year is to 2 great teams, and this late in the season. Lynchburg's been playing pretty consistently, although maybe not quite as consistently as they would want. Flashes here or there. Maybe not the sustained success that Lynchburg was looking for this season. Hannah Givens in her 4th year. Kayla Keogh will get credit for another kill there. It's 8-6, Lynchburg by 2. Another tough serve from Jana Leak, and this is going to be an ace. Yeah, pull it off the top of the deck. Ace there for Jana Leak. Her serving has just been incredible the second half of the year. Got a chance to talk to her about that in one of those post-match interviews after the Shenandoah game, the Shenandoah win. She said Coach Givens makes us serve tough, but you better get it in as well. Can't have too many errors. Oh, that one's in from Natalie Moore, using the whole court to her advantage. High flyer takes a rip for Guilford. Number 22, Natalie Moore, has Guilford within 2. It's Maddie Page, the setter, serving for Guilford. Leak will set Keogh, just has to tip. Now Alcantara will take a hack, and she gets it down in front of Jana Leak. Guilford within 1. 9-8. Quakers did not lead at all in set 1, and there were only 3 ties. Just kind of misleading stats to me, though, because I thought that first set was ultra competitive, very close. Leak will just bump one behind her head over to Kaylee Keogh, who actually took a screamer, but it goes into the net. Maybe even partially blocked there for the Guilford Quakers. 9-9, we're tied up again. Like to fight back here from Guilford. Knew they weren't going to go away quietly. 16-7 on the year, and that road record is just impressive. Might have to get inside Emily Gann, get some secrets from her about how her team is playing so well on the road. I think there's a lot of coaches in various sports that would love to get inside the mind there and figure out what's happening. I believe they swept Randolph on Saturday. Randolph has been a tough place to play this season for volleyball teams, including Lynchburg. Lynchburg lost in 4 sets out on Rivermont Avenue in Lynchburg in the Hill City earlier this year. Ava Meinhardt down the middle, overpass, and then this is going to be an overpass as well, and into a seam there and down by number 12, Crispell Alcantara. Her outstanding night continues. Alcantara is in the front row with Vanessa Johnson and also Casey Johnson. So 2 Johnsons and Alcantara near the net right now for Guilford, and we're tied up 10-10. Partially blocked, but Bree Spainauer says, I'll take that and give you some smoke off the elbow and down to the hardwood. Lynchburg leads again, 11-10. Ava Meinhardt serving. Princess Salafu back to the front row for Lynchburg. She's got Spainauer and Williamson up there with her. That one's into the net from Meinhardt. And a point, we're knotted up again. 11-all. Here between the Quakers and the Hornets. Meinhardt out. Libero Blackmore in. Blackmore, Keogh, and Williamson in the back row now. And it's Leak, Salafu, and Spainauer in the front row. Bree Spainauer taking flight and throwing down one more. Boy, Bree Spainauer's putting together a night to remember. Said she played well on Saturday. She is continuing that here tonight. Bree Spainauer, the last couple points for Lynchburg. She had 3 kills on 9 attacks in set 1. Tough serve, but into the net from Abby Barlow. Gives Guilford the point, ties it right back up. A dozen apiece in set 2. Lynchburg does lead 1-0. First to 25 wins the set. Best 3 out of 5. And if you get to set 5, of course, that only goes to 15. 13-12. Lynchburg with another point. That was Tori Williamson. Credit for the termination. Morgan Clark serving. Morgan Clark is a 5'4" sophomore from Virginia Beach. Oh, and that's an ace down for Morgan Clark. Just floating its way to the back line. Lynchburg by 2. That is now game number 5 that Morgan Clark has had an ace. Good hard serve at the libero this time. Page going to set Alcantara. Walled up there on the right side by Green and Salafu. Kaylee Keogh, tip shot, looking for an opening. Run down by Natalie Moore. She got on her bicycle. Free ball coming for Lynchburg. Not totally free, though. Keogh will get a good set. Rhythm shot and down right there from KK. Nice possession from Lynchburg. Transition game there from Lynchburg. They got a couple really good looks at it like that. Now Lynchburg by 3. They deserve that one. That was good volleyball from the Hornets. Great effort by Natalie Moore to run one down during that sequence for Guilford. 15-12, Lynchburg by 3. Clark serving again. She's had some long runs at the line this season for Lynchburg. What a dig by Clark. Results in an overpass, but outstanding effort to get it up. And then finally, Crispell Alcantara will terminate right through the double block on the far right sideline. Guilford within 2. And this is Lydia Saunders serving for the Quakers. She'll jump into that, handled by Clark. Good pass to Green. Kaylee Keogh. Oh, nice job to pull that out of the fire. Moore's going to take a shot, but that's wide right. Lynchburg by 3. Just going to some live stats here. Sometimes the phone doesn't operate the way you want it to, but all this info is available at lynchburgsports.com. Great way to watch a game, following along with the live stats. Maddie Page tried to go over on 2, but sent it right into the net. Lynchburg now leading by 4, 17-13. Yeah, Bree Spainauer, 8 kills. Lynchburg led by Kaylee Keogh with 10. Man, she's got 10 already on 17 swings. Kaylee Keogh's ripping it at 588 percentage right now. Bree Spainauer swinging at 571. No errors between those two, attacking-wise. Guilford within 3. Quakers got to be led by Crispell Alcantara. Yes, they are. She's got 7 kills on 13 attempts. So she is attacking efficiently. Kaylee Keogh, that's down. That is on the line. Keogh absolutely using the entire court. Coach Emily Gann cannot believe it. And it was awfully close on that back line there for Kaylee Keogh's 11th termination of the evening. Yeah, Lynchburg in the second set, yeah, 14 kills and no errors. Oh, one-handed up by Jana Leak. But there were 2 touches, they said, on the Lynchburg side, back-to-back by the same player. And that'll give Guilford their 15th point of set 2. 18-15, Lynchburg by 3. So, yeah, you can get wrapped up in those stats when you start looking at them. You can overstat, but, boy, when some of them jump off the page or the screen like that, they're probably worth talking about. Leak, nice high ball set to Kaylee Keogh, and she smashes it home for the 19th point of the set. 12th kill for Kaylee Keogh. Her career high is 17. 17 for number 17. Feels like she's got that in her sights here. Sophomore bringing it. 19-15. Keogh serves that one. Here's more. She got stuffed. Ball's going to go out of play. That's a Lynchburg point. What a block here on this near left side of the net. Meinhardt and Williamson, I believe. Just an absolute castle, a fortress at the net. Lynchburg by 5 now. Good float serve from Keogh. I got Guilford's defense a little bent out of shape. Johnson will swing on the move. That was nice. Platform set coming from Blackmore. Spainauer takes a rip and knocks it down. It floated up high, but the Guilford block couldn't really identify where the ball was coming down. And now we've got a timeout on the court. Lynchburg by 6, 21-15 in set 2 action on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
I learned a lot of valuable lessons playing college football. I never thought about the health benefits of exercise until I actually started to talk to coaches in college. It's not only just for performance, it's for life. My coaches instilled the importance of well-being, not only building up strength, mental health, getting enough sleep, eating properly is all what it is to be healthy. I decided that I want to go on a personal trainer and share my knowledge that I obtained in college about physical and mental well-being.
The LHSN volleyball party on the radio continues. Everybody's invited, yet it still feels very exclusive somehow. Lynchburg leading by 6. Ball handling error on Lynchburg will give Guilford a point, 21-16. Lynchburg does lead 1-0 as the Hornets put on a show here in front of a pretty good crowd. Obviously not our biggest crowd of the season. And I say obviously, maybe that's not obvious if you're watching, especially if you're a Guilford fan watching, but we've had some monster audiences in the gym this season. Code Red game against Bridgewater comes to mind. There was that Saturday game against Washington and Lee where Lynchburg really filled the gym with students and parents. This is a good crowd here on a Wednesday night. I think they're enjoying themselves so far, especially if you're a Lynchburg fan. We will say hello to any Guilford Quaker fans watching. Bree Spainauer gets up high, but the shot goes into the net. I think that's going to be her first attacking error of the game. Bree Spainauer had been just wrecking the Guilford defense. 21-18. Lynchburg by 3, but haven't scored in a while. Another great after timeout situation here for Guilford, yeah. Run off 4 in a row. And now Lynchburg coach Hannah Givens wants to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here and run down some of those stats. We can talk over some highlights that I know our outstanding crew has going for you. Yeah, Lynchburg had a great response after their timeout in set 1. Carried that to a 25-20 victory. And now Guilford with their after timeout response. It's so, I think, satisfying as a coach when you call the timeout and your team produces, your team does respond. And it's tricky too, because obviously the other coach is getting to talk to their ball club as well. There's no rule that the team that calls the timeout has to come out better, but it does seem to happen that way so often. Sometimes those timeouts break the momentum of the team that's playing well, and that's why a coach does use them in those situations. So there is that factor in there too. Kaylee Keogh for Lynchburg, 12 kills on 19 attacks, no errors. Bree Spainauer actually not listed with an attacking error, so she's 9 kills on 15 swings. Just monster numbers here for Lynchburg, and there's a monster hit for Ava Meinhardt. The freshman throwing down. There's the after timeout response again. Good timeout, Coach Hannah Givens. Lynchburg on top by 3. Bit more comfortable now. Things were tightening up. Stressful moments for Lynchburg with the lead, but back up 3. Maybe a chance to attack here. Keogh's gonna set Tori Williamson, who scores it. How about the assist by Kaylee Keogh? She does it all. She's a beach player. She's got that in the toolbox for sure. And now a timeout by Guilford. Let's just stay right here and continue to run down some of the stats. Hey, let's run down this LHSN team because they really are incredible. My name, of course, is Kyle Haney. Look at Kyle Ayers is already laughing over there. Can you hear what I'm saying, Kyle Ayers? I guess he can. But, yes, we've got the Kyle and Kyle show. We've got Brian Flowers just doing incredible work. John Faust is down on the court somewhere getting those court shots. John Faust, who I thought was a freshman phenom. He's actually a junior transfer, but he's incredible nonetheless. Matt Johnson on the replays. We always have some great banter before and during and after the matches, me and Matty J. And my guy, Evan Gavin, producing. Evan taught me how to do the replay over the weekend. And it was just the most thrilling experience that I've had in a long time. We had a blast. You can go back and watch our work on LHSN. I always like to point that out. Great thing about our LHSN broadcast, they stay up on our YouTube page. You can watch them whenever you want. Sometimes that's a bad thing when you're botching things and mispronouncing people's names like I do and getting the score wrong. You don't want to see that again, but it's up there for all time, or at least a long time anyway. Wow, nice hack from Crispell Alcantara. Freshman really threw that one down. She's a great leaper. I mean, she's got bounce. Natalie Moore's got some serious bounce for Guilford College. She's got the track and field records to show it. But Crispell Alcantara not far behind. She seems to levitate. Serve receive error for the Hornets is going to give Guilford their 21st point of the set. It's 23-21. Lynchburg by 2. Feels like it's getting tight again. Even though the home team, Hornets, are just 2 away from the finish line. Libero Bozarth serving. Leak wants to attack, handled by Guilford. Leak this time will set. That was tight to the net. Spainauer adjusted and got to it. Net joust that's going to be won by Alcantara. Guilford's within 1. 23-22. Really got to lock in here if you're Lynchburg. Always use the phrase, hold your nerve. Sometimes that means just that. Your nerve, or is it that you're nervous? Pressure situation. Some players want the ball in tight situations. I think Bree Spainauer is one of them. Cranked right off the block and then down to the donut for a key point. Lynchburg within 1. 24-22. Set point, it'll be Abby Barlow to serve it. 5'1" sophomore from Anita, Virginia. Couple bounces with the right hand. Barlow's in the process. Holds it up high, steps into this one, and lets it fly. Moore will handle it. Page set for Alcantara, but that's in the net, and Lynchburg will win it. Hornets take set 2, 25-22. Lynchburg looking for the keys to the broom closet, trying to get a sweep on senior night. We'll see if it happens in the third set. Coming up next on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
Get your career in the game by enrolling in the University of Lynchburg MBA program with an emphasis in sport management. This program opens the doors to new possibilities for a variety of careers, from being an athletic director or working in athletic administration to working for professional organizations, your favorite team, to running a local Parks and Rec department. And employers are increasingly requesting and preferring individuals who have postgraduate education, specifically looking for an MBA. And so the University of Lynchburg Sport Management concentration in the MBA program sets you up for success, and it sets you apart from the many other people looking for jobs in the industry. Learn from winners. Here you will learn from professors and mentors who have spent their careers doing exactly what you want to do. Increase your marketability in an $83 billion industry. If you have a 3.0 GPA, the GMAT is waived. There's no application fee, admissions occurs on a rolling basis, and our online program is ideal for working adults. When you enroll in this program, you enroll in the opportunity to learn from the best of the best. Your professors have a wealth of experience working in the sport industry that they share with you in the classroom setting. Get in the game by getting your MBA with a sport management concentration at the University of Lynchburg. Just you know, Hollywood, here I come. Hey, I meant, yeah.
The real Lindsay Piper's here.
Autographs there later. Let's.
A look at some of the second set action between Guilford and Lynchburg. Lynchburg leads 2-0. They take set 2, 25-22. Lynchburg did win the opening frame, 25-20. But Lynchburg just one away from a sweep. And yeah, Bree Spainauer, 10 kills, 1 error, swinging at an even 500 now with 18 attempts. Kaylee Keogh is perfect so far, 12 kills on 19 swings. How about Tori Williamson, 7 terminations. Senior Princess Salafu getting in on the act with 3. Ava Meinhardt has 3. Lynchburg pretty good up front blocking, and Lynchburg has 3 service aces as well. 6 errors for Lynchburg. So that number might be a tad high for Coach Hannah Givens. Talked about that debate with coaches when you want your team to serve really tough. How many errors is okay? What number is going to satisfy you at the end of the night? Sometimes 1 for 1, which would be, 3 aces and 3 errors. You'd love to have no errors, but that's not quite realistic, even for those really demanding high-level volleyball coaches. They know if you're serving tough, you're going to have a few errors here or there. So certainly Lynchburg has not played a perfect first 2 sets, maybe not even their best 2 sets of the year, but they've done enough to separate themselves so far. And they've done enough to possibly get a sweep win over Guilford College, who, as I have been pointing out, and the stats do back me up on this, Guilford's been playing great lately. They've won 4 of their last 6, and Guilford, dating back to September 9th, has won 12 of 16. Quakers are just 5-5 in the ODAC. And it's also worth pointing out the stat again about how good Guilford has been on the road this year. 7-3 on the road, 5-1 in neutral site games. Add that together, it's 12-4 away from their home gym this year for Guilford. Bree Spainauer will get another termination. First point of the set for Lynchburg. And Spainauer's outstanding night continues. Give her 11 now. Her career high is 15, Bree Spainauer. She was the only freshman to appear in every game last season. And she has obviously been a fixture for Lynchburg this year as a sophomore. I think she's going to be a fixture for that basketball team as well. And her sophomore colleague, Kaylee Keogh, who has 12 kills in this game so far. Always worth pointing out that she is a two-sport star for Lynchburg as well, a beach volleyball player as well, Kaylee Keough. And you just gotta love that. You know how tough it is academically just to be a student in college. So add one sport in there, that makes it even tougher. There's only 24 hours in a day after all. They still get the same amount of hours in a day we get. So the fact that they make not only one sport work, but make two work is just so impressive to me. Talking about Bree Spainhour and Kaylee Keough. Landed spots, also worth pointing out, member of the Lynchburg indoor and sand teams. There's a serving error from Natalie Moore. Will give Lynchburg their second point of the third set. It's an opening 4-2 advantage for Guilford. So far, 9 ties in the first 2 sets and just 1 lead change. Still feels very close, though, very tight. Jump serve from Meinhardt. That hit up Moore. Guilford can still roll one over. Meinhardt down on the knees to collect that. Salafou tried for the slam. Hoisted up by Maddie Page. Down the line, that ball's out. And Lynchburg will get their third of the third set. Trip to Lynchburg Saturday begins at 1 p.m. against Catholic. That's up in Huntington, Pennsylvania at Juniata College. Then they'll play Juniata right after that at 3 p.m. So that will be a tough duo for Lynchburg. But you got to test yourself against the best. And hopefully it'll pay off in the long run and perhaps pay off in an ODAC tournament run for Lynchburg. They've still got those high hopes for the tournament, they being the Lynchburg Hornets players and coaching staff. They think they can get hot at the right time. I don't see why they can't. Lynchburg team's so talented, and they are playing tough competition. They've played some of that tough competition very close as well. Thinking back to the Mary Washington game. (5-4). Quakers on top by 1. Lynchburg will actually round out the season next weekend, November 3rd and 4th. It'll be 3 games on the road in Lookout Mountain, Georgia, taking on Huntington, Covenant, and Oglethorpe. 6-4, Guilford by 2. This is the libero, Madison Bozarth, serving. She's a freshman from Greensboro. Some great local talent for the Guilford Quakers. 12 from the state of North Carolina. Free ball coming for Lynchburg. Got to learn a lot more about those free balls from Lynchburg men's coach Ryan Turner. We had a great conversation over the weekend. And now that the point is over, we can continue that a little bit. You want your free balls to not quite be so free, and you can do that in a couple ways. Obviously, lower trajectory is better. You still have to get it over the net, but don't send them just a high lob, high arcing free ball. If you can take out the setter, that's helpful as well. That means send the free ball directly at the setter. It forced them to play that so they are unable to set on the second touch of the possession. Then also you can try to go as far away from the libero as possible. If you can identify where the libero is when you're sending that free ball over, keep it away from them, because typically that's what most teams want to do on the free ball, is make way for the libero, let them try to cover the entire court and track that down. Okay, enough inside volleyball for me. Salafou slide play, got a good rip at it, but it was blocked. No. I'm so sorry. That was a point for Lynchburg. Sitting here talking about free balls, and Lynchburg got the point. Get Salafou a few more here in set 3. Whoa. Line serve from Morgan Clark. Liked the idea, but it just floated out of play. 8-6, Guilford by 2. The senior, Princess Salafou, came into the game with 78 matches. So this is career match number 79. She has now played in a Lynchburg uniform 286 sets. So impressive. She was basically a starter as a freshman. And we told the story earlier in the game about how she kind of recruited Coach Hannah Givens. She recruited herself. Sent Coach Givens a great email saying, hey, look, I'm a college volleyball player. I'd like it to be for you in the Lynchburg Hornets. We're all happy about that. Can't wait to have a conversation with Princess Salafou after the game. Get that up on our Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network ASAP. Salafou out of the game. Lynchburg has Blackmore, Barlow, and Clark in the back row. Up front, it's Meinhardt, Maya Green, and Kaylee Keogh. Overpass, but give Blackmore some credit. She handled a rocket right there. That was incredible defense. Self-defense in there, too. Kaylee Keogh, how about that? Smoke from Keogh. We're tied up 8-8. That was blistered. Some high heat right there from Kaylee Keogh. When she gets a good set, she is as good as any in the conference. There's a great serve for Lynchburg. They've taken the lead, 9-8. Blackmore on the ace. Should be team ace number 4 for Lynchburg in this one. And back to the serving, tough. Even the ones that are not aces are very effective. They get the Guilford defense a little unorganized, a little out of shape. Great job to float and tip there by Natalie Moore. Maya Green took an over to the shoulder shot. Morgan Clark will get the left forearm on that, but it'll carry him out of play for a Guilford point. We're tied up again, 9-9. Alcantara has 9 kills for Guilford, Guilford College in Greensboro, North Carolina, but 2 different schools altogether. Good serve there. That was in a tough spot for Barlow and Clark. Even if you're on the court by yourself, I think that's going to be a tough serve to handle. But then when you've got the other person in the side view there in your peripheral and you don't know exactly who's going to take it, well, obviously that adds to the degree of difficulty. 2 in a row here for the Guilford Quakers. Oh, excuse me, that's actually 3 points in a row. They were down 9-8. And it's 11-9, Guilford advantage at the moment. Yeah, Natalie Moore's got 8 kills. Crispell Alcantara with 9 for the Quakers. How about that? Vicious rip from Meinhardt. She's asking, was there a tip? Was there a touch? No. And in the opinion of the referees, there was not. Guilford by 4. Coach Hannah Givens will take a timeout for Lynchburg. We'll hang out, get you some more of these great replays. It's Lynchburg up 2 sets to none, rather, trying to sweep Guilford here on senior night inside Turner. Just like that, the timeout is done for Lynchburg. They popped out of their huddle pretty quick. Guilford on the right side of your screen, still in there with their 14th year head coach, Emily Gann. Guilford struggled a little bit the last few years. Last winning season, you got to go back to 2019. They were 6-17 last year, but they flipped the script on that. Complete reversal of that right now. It's 16-7. Guilford looking for win number 17 on the season. They're going to have to reverse sweep it if they want to come all the way back. Kaylee Keogh, tough and down right through the block for KK. Lynchburg down by 2 now, 12-10. That is termination number 14 for Kaylee Keogh. Said she had that career high in her sights, possibly. She's got time. It's 17, just for reference. 12-10, Lynchburg down 2. Moore will float and fire. Man, great effort on the back line there from Morgan Clark. She really hustled to get to that. Actually did to get some skin on it, but could not get it back to a teammate. 13-10, Guilford by 3. This is Maddie Page, junior setter serving. She's from Jonesboro, Georgia. 3 state championships in high school for Maddie Page. Meinhardt just tried to pop at that one, but too long there. And now Guilford by 4. Some real momentum for the Quakers. Maddie Page serving. Her career high is 55 assists. Maddie Page, season high is 51. Just an outstanding number. Keogh partially blocked, slowed it down, made it easier to handle for Guilford. They got in system. Powerful shot for Natalie Moore. She scores it. Moore with her 9th kill of the game. Maddie Page has 21 assists now. It looks like 5 digs for Paige. Pretty good work defensively. Keogh will roll one over. Here's Alcantara, set up, blocked. Guilford will try to rebuild. Nice dig by Morgan Clark to keep that off the ground. Spainauer with a tip shot. Free balled over. Leak gonna bump set Kaylee Keogh, who wanted it. Oh, and that was still in play briefly after a strong block. Cassie Blackmore somehow contorted herself. It was like a octopus down there to try to get a piece of that. Yeah, here's another look. Good stuff. You got the tail end. Morgan Clark also had a piece of that as well, or at least an attempt. Long serve will get Lynchburg back within 5. 16-11 is your score now in the third set. Lynchburg leading 2-0. Tori Williamson back in. She joins Spainauer and Meinhardt up front. Keogh, Blackmore, and Leak round out the 6 on court for the Hornets. Middle attack coming for Guilford. Leak's going to platform one to Tori Williamson. Didn't quite get the great contact, and that's into the net for a Guilford point. 17-11. Lynchburg down 6. Good fight back here from Guilford. Got to admire that on the road. Down 2-0. Lynchburg's playing well. Hornets senior night, be easy just to kind of pack it in. Great shot there by Ava Meinhardt. Perfect placement in the deep left corner. 17-12, Meinhardt will serve. She has just grown leaps and bounds this season. Meinhardt at last check was 4th on the team in kills, 2nd in blocks. Started mainly as just an up front middle, but now she's playing on the back row some as well. Meinhardt will bump that one. Williamson tosses over. Kaylee Keogh with the pass. Leak, set Spainauer, and Bree Spainauer will crank one through the block. Bree Spainauer's great night continues. Lynchburg within 4. 17-13. Ava Meinhardt serving. Great look at it there. And a great serve. Just ate up the libero, Madison Bozarth. Yeah, that's how good it was. Those liberos typically want to take the serve. A lot of times you're trying to avoid them on the serve. Meinhardt is taking the fight right to Guilford. Again, that one actually handled by Johnson that time, though. Johnson will take 1 and 3, got a good rip, but Lynchburg handles. Here comes Spainauer. Blocked. Hornets will recycle and then blocked on the other side. Roof put up there. That was number 15, Vanessa Johnson. Very nice. 18-14, Guilford by 4 again. And this is the libero Madison Bozarth serving. Keogh, tight to the net for Leak. Princess Salafu up the elevator shaft and down to the bottom floor for a Lynchburg point. 18-15. Maya Green is checked into the game for Lynchburg, so is Abby Barlow. Barlow to serve. Good third set action right here. I was commenting that it would have been easy for the Quakers to kind of pack it in, say, hey, let's save some ammunition for the rest of the season. But they're bringing a lot of fight. Speaking of fight, Green and Salafu with a castle-like block up front. That was a fortress there. Keogh will just have to bump that one over. A chance for Guilford. They took advantage. That got a piece of Barlow as it went by. Knocked her backwards. That was full steam ahead from Crispell Alcantara. 19-15. Guilford by 4. This is Casey Johnson serving. Long serve. That was close. Good strong out call from Blackmore and Barlow there. They tracked it nicely. And that's really a tough one. That is really tough because you could see the shot, fans. I mean, how much was that ball out by? An inch? 2? No more than 6. Very close. Good call by Blackmore and Barlow there. Alcantara will attack from further away from the net. Green's going to set Kaylee Keogh. Softer touch, but into the net was somebody from Guilford. And Lynchburg will take the point. Down by 2, 19-17. Morgan Clark serving. Sophomores played quite a bit in this matchup against Guilford. Love that for Morgan Clark. Good serve there, but too strong. So both teams with some serving woes. Lynchburg does have 4 aces as a team by my count. Might be up to 5, actually. Double check those live stats for you. Guilford by 3, 2017. Clark will pass to Green. Long cross court for Keogh. Ready, aim, and fire for KK. Absolute explosion on that. Great set from Maya Green. That was that long cross court set. Destructive to a defense. Hard to get over there in time. Keogh came from off court too. It's always a tough angle. Same thing from Natalie Moore there. Got a piece of the outside arm from Maya Green and skipped out of play. That's a Guilford point. 21-18. 21-18. Score on your screen is right. Set 3 action. Lynchburg leading 2-0. Good diving serve there. Green tried to tap it over on the second touch. Defense getting pressed here. Lynchburg will transition now after a great dig from Blackmore. Guilford's going to do the same thing. Nice rally. Clark handles that one. Blackmore bump set Keogh. Keogh down the line, but blocked just enough. It wasn't one of those classic, emphatic, pounding blocks, send it back, but Guilford got enough of that. Lynchburg is down by 4. Their coach, Hannah Givens, will take a timeout. We'll pause for a breather as well. It's 22-18. Guilford on top in set 3. Quakers down 2-0 though on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. The Guilford Quakers dropped the first 2 sets inside Turner Gymnasium, but a fight back is on here in set 3 for the road team. This is a key Old Dominion Athletic Conference matchup. Right now, Guilford at 5-5 in conference, Lynchburg 5-6. So seeding on the line. Big strike from Natalie Moore, emphatic down to the floor. 23-18, Guilford by 5. Quakers are just 2 away. This is very much important for seeding. And Eastern Mennonite, I think, statistically is not quite out of it either. They could jump into that 8th seed. There's a much-needed Lynchburg point after a pinball play that skipped out of bounds. Ava Meinhardt with the kill. 23-19. Maya Green to serve. Green served a bit more on Saturday against Virginia Wesleyan. The southpaw will step into that. Pretty good one to the middle. Natalie Moore away from the net, blocked and roofed. Meinhardt putting the top on. Spainhour was there as well. It looked to be the left arm of Ava Meinhardt. 23-20. Lynchburg within 3. Middle attack coming, well placed from number 15, Vanessa Johnson. Called Vanessa Johnson's name a ton. I think it's only killed number 3 of the match, but very important because against Guilford within 1. See if Lynchburg can stave off some set points and keep the dream of a sweep alive. 24-20. Green gonna set Meinhardt down the middle. Great job to get hands on it by Bozarth, but that's out of play. Okay, so Lynchburg side out there. They'll get to serve again. Maybe Kaylee Keogh can run off a few here, get us to extra points potentially. Lynchburg has needed extra points 12 sets this season. 12 times, 25 has not been enough. Diving serve there from Keogh. Unorthodox hit at the net. Tori Williamson will palm one over. That's into the net on the right side from Crispel Alcantara. No, it was a point for Guilford. Lynchburg was in the net there. Contact with the net on the block will end the set. Set 3 goes to Guilford. No sweep tonight for the Hornets. We're going to need at least 4. Guilford wins it 25-21. Fourth set on the way next on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
When you come to the University of Lynchburg to earn a master's degree in athletic training, you'll spend time in the classroom, but you'll also spend a lot of time in our top-notch facilities learning from athletic trainers and working closely with our student athletes. In the Graduate Cadaver Lab, you'll learn about the human body in the best way possible, by actually studying the human body. This will provide a foundation to make you a much better athletic trainer. In the Athletic Training Laboratory, you'll get hands-on experience, practicing your skills, applying concepts from the classroom, and working with faculty on research projects. It's also where our hydrotherapy facilities are. This space is also used by students for studying and practicing skills outside of class time. In the Sports Medicine Clinic in Turner Gymnasium, you'll work with student athletes from more than 20 institutions.
Getting ready for set 4 action between Lynchburg and Guilford. Hornets won the first 2 sets. We were thinking maybe home sweep for Lynchburg, but it's not to be, as Guilford with a great fight back there in set 3. Quakers win it 25-21. Lynchburg continues to play well. Offensively, they continue to swing it well. The attack percentages have gone down a bit for Bree Spainhour and Kaylee Keogh, but they've still put up some monster numbers. KK, 16 kills on 33 attempts. Spainhour's got 12 terminations on 24 swings. Lynchburg's got 22 assists from Jana Leak, 19 from Maya Green. Lynchburg does have the 5 service aces. We had 4 ties, 2 lead changes in set 3, 13 ties, 3 lead changes total in the contest so far. Lynchburg still needs just the 1 set win to take the match. Guilford would have to win sets 4 and 5 to complete the reverse sweep. But the Quakers are alive. They've got a chance. I think you have to like their fight, their determination. We'll see how Lynchburg can respond here. Hornets do take the first point of set number 4. It's Kaylee Keogh serving. Lynchburg on the right side of your screen, Guilford on the left. It is slightly confusing as both teams are dressed in the black. I don't think it's a Halloween theme either. Just a great look. All Lynchburg teams have got so many wonderful uniform combo options that I love to talk about. I'm not the most fashion-conscious guy, but what I do know I like about the Lynchburg fit all the way around. Leak going to set Meinhardt down the middle. Good cover right there to keep it alive. Bree Spainhour will take a hack from the far right side. Deflected, we play on, partial block there. We're still playing on. Good job by Lynchburg to pull it out of the fire. Hornets might have a chance to win this rally. That would be wild. Williamson stuffed. Yeah, another cover. First you try, or first you don't succeed, try again for Williamson, and she does. And it ends up being a Lynchburg point. Net contact there for Guilford. This match actually hasn't seen a ton of those long rallies like that back and forth, but that was a good one there. Kaylee Keogh will swing on the serve. Lynchburg leading 3-0. What a dig by Keogh. That was major excavation. Spainhour will tip, got her own cover. Another one that Lynchburg's going to keep alive somehow. Blackmore free balls it up top. A chance to rip again. We're still playing on. My goodness. Have you seen an exchange like that before? Lynchburg's going to win it. What in the world even happened? We're going to get a protest here from the Guilford captain and coach. Maybe we can get another look at that. That was wild. Lynchburg kept that alive multiple times in strange fashion. Yeah, here's another look. I don't even know how you call. That was the tail end of it. I think Guilford was a little bit dejected that they didn't get the call earlier. Sometimes it's hard to keep the positive vibes going and just kill it later on. Bree Spainhour is going to try to kill it. What a one-hander by Bozarth. Teams are playing some defense now, huh? Into the net from Williamson. First point of the set for Guilford. Wow. I said not a ton of long rallies in the first 3 sets. Change all that now. How about Bozarth getting horizontal there? The libero in the grayish bronze jersey for Guilford. Horizontal to keep that one alive with one hand. Can't keep that alive. That was thunderous from Ava Meinhardt. What a shot there. 5-1, Lynchburg by 4. Here's the senior, Princess Salafu. Ideally, in my mind, we've got Salafu winning the game for Lynchburg on either a big block or a big slam dunk kind of a shot that she can go to. But we'll see. Long way to go. Keogh rolls one over, partially blocked. Lynchburg's going to get to attack. They're going to call Jana Leak for a ball handling error. And now it trims the Lynchburg lead to 3. 5-2 advantage for the Hornets. Career match number 79 for Princess Salafu. It's now 288 sets played because we are in set 4. Lynchburg won the first 2. Guilford took the third. Williamson took 1 and 3. She actually called for it from Kaylee Keogh. Could you see that? Keogh obliges, and Tori Williamson gets the kill. 6-2, Lynchburg by 4. Maya Green and Abby Barlow back in the game. They join Princess Salafu, Tori Williamson, Kaylee Keogh, and Cassie Blackmore. See who Abby Barlow picks out on this serve. She does have 1 ace and 1 error. That was her 13th total serve of the game. Lynchburg had the wall set up near the far pin, but it ends up trickling down on their side of the court for a Guilford point. Crisbel Alcantara again. Wow. Thunderous from her. Should be kill number 11 for her. She had 16 Saturday in the win against Randolph. There's Princess Salafu right down Main Street. Kind of punched at that. Got a partial block on that one. Maya Green will set Bree Spainhour, excuse me. What's the call? The call is out. No tip. Bree Spainhour thought she saw maybe a fingertip move. No, it is Tori Williamson. I'm sorry. Not the first time I made that mistake. That was Tori Williamson taking the rip there. They'll set Williamson again. Whoa, what a dig by Moore to keep that alive. Lynchburg's going to get a chance to attack again. Maya Green, set her dump, pancaked up, play on. Kaylee Keogh will get a piece of that. Blackmore's going to run it down. Maya Green sends it over through the rafters somehow. What height. Incredible. Green's going to set Salafu. We're still playing. Good dig from Moore on a partial deflection, and that is down. You could see the Hornets defense slightly ran out of gas there at the end of that play. Maybe that's a mistaken observation by me. 6-5. It's hard to say the whole defense ran out of gas when there's 6 players out there. Slide play for Salafu, stuffed. I think that hit the head of Blackmore, maybe the shoulder. Green going to the corner, but that's out. Nice job by Guilford to really withstand some good, hard rips from Lynchburg. And then also some of those soft touch shots as well. Guilford has really stood the test. Gotta like what the Quakers have done here in set 4, like what they did in set 3. Slide again for Salafu, and that's blocked. 7-6, Guilford has taken the lead here in set 4. We've got ourselves a tight match. You don't want to assume, even though Lynchburg won the first 2 sets, that you'd be mistaken in assuming that they came easy or that the 3rd set and the match is going to come easy, because it's been anything but that tonight. Green, cross court for Williamson. Hard strike there, but Moore is right on it. Serious gardening to dig that one up. And that will fall into the donut there. Cassie Blackmore with a pass in Maya Green's direction, but the setter just could not quite get to that one in time. In fact, nobody could for Lynchburg. 8-6, Quakers by 2. High pass that hits the rafters from Abby Barlow. Yeah, all the momentum for Guilford right now, and Coach Hannah Givens senses that. She is going to call a timeout for Lynchburg. Hornets trail by 3. They lead 2-1. Set 4 action on LHSN.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Another timeout done. Guilford serving with the 3-point lead, 9-6. Maya Green sends it to Kaylee Keogh, who will attack from the back row. Nice dig from Abby Barlow. Lynchburg tried to go over on 2. It was tight to the net. Now they might get a chance to get in system here. Yeah, Green going to set Salafu. That's down for a point. There's one of those forceful, modified slam dunks for Princess Salafu. Needed that. Tried to run the slide play, where you send the middle out to the right pin. Guilford had been ready for that, and Salafu hadn't had much luck there. But a point attacking from the middle for the senior Princess Salafu. Came into the game with 461 kills in her career. That one too hot to handle for Cassie Blackmore in the back line. Just continuing the thought about Princess Salafu. Entered the contest with 461. And now Princess Salafu, that should be the 6th of the game. So 467 terminations in the career for Princess Salafu. She's got 1 block assist tonight. She's closing in on a chance to get into the top 10 in that category for Lynchburg. Total blocks. Got a piece of that one. Barlow will cover the rest. Now it's over to Kaylee Keogh. A missile, but out of play. That was a screamer from Kaylee Keogh. Let's go back to the blocks from Princess Salafu. 174 now in her career. But that doesn't factor in the block touches, the partial deflections, those kinds of things where you slow one down. Kaylee Keogh was not to be denied that time. That's a point. Salafu out, Meinhardt in. Nice swing there from Kaylee Keogh. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Take 2, look pretty good for KK. 11-8. Lynchburg down by 3. They're going to need more than that. Morgan Clark. That one got into her body, and she could not control it. It's a Guilford point. Quakers are really playing good volleyball right now. They weren't terrible in sets 1 and 2 by any means. Lynchburg won the first set by 5. They took set 2, 25-22. Guilford one set 3, 25-21. Short set to Meinhardt, but that's stuffed. Guilford's been great up front. Hard to believe they've only got 4 team blocks. Very difficult. Vanessa Johnson will serve. No, Madison Duval serving, I believe. Madison Duval. Moore will get that one close to the net. Weird exchange up front there. Lynchburg gets a good look from Kaylee Keough. Now here comes Natalie Moore with a firm strike. Handled by Morgan Clark, but the pass was just too close to the net, and again, too far away from the setter, Maya Green. Wow, Natalie Moore scoring with regularity. What a skill set there. We're going to get a sub in the game. This is Reagan Shanahan, 5'7" freshman from Fredericksburg. We have seen Reagan Shanahan, when she is healthy, really be a game-changing kind of force for Lynchburg, even though she's a freshman. She had 5 kills on Saturday against Virginia Wesleyan, one with a good afternoon there for Lynchburg. Kaylee Keough, a little do-drop-in shot, but a point for the Hornets nonetheless. They needed it. 14-9, Lynchburg down by 5. Jana Leak serving. Keough just tied the career high. 17 again for number 17. Reagan Shanahan gave good chase to this near sideline, but couldn't get that one off the floor for Lynchburg. 15-9, Guilford by 6. Score on your screen is correct. Maddie Page serving for Guilford. Nice low one there. Handled by Shanahan, and Jana Leak will attack on the second touch. Successful shot there for Jana Leak. A correction, fans, Kaylee Keough has set a new career high. That previous kill was number 18 for KK. 18 kills on 38 swings. Bree Spainhour not far behind with 12. Tori Williamson has 11. Nice dig by Kaylee Keough. Williamson wants to attack. Pulled out of there by Natalie Moore. Alcantara will just pop one over, almost a little running shot. Tap with a left hand and down. No, it was Casey Johnson. Correction, that was Casey Johnson with a little running left-hander down. 16-10, Moore serving for Guilford. Leak, middle set for Meinhardt, handled well by Bozarth. Far side for Alcantara, she'll get that one down. Went right through the defense of Jana Leak. That is with authority for Guilford. 17-10, another timeout coming for Coach Hannah Givens. She's looking for answers. Perhaps Lynchburg can find one in the timeout circle. They trail by 7, but Lynchburg does lead 2-1 inside Turner Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Lynchburg. Still some smiles and laughs inside the timeout huddle there for Lynchburg. Looked like Kaylee Keough was leading the talking portion, at least of the first part of the timeout. And then Coach Hannah Givens stepped in there. Always wants her ball club to have fun, play with a smile on your face. Thinks her team is better that way when they're loose. And maybe in the background you could also see Princess Salafu jumping around, trying to sort out what we think might be some sort of a lower body injury. More, maybe we should call it a tweak rather than a full-blown injury, because, you know, Princess Salafu didn't need a whole lot of attention from the training staff, and right on cue, Salafu's going back in. So we'll see how well she moves. Bree Spainhour just got another kill. That should be Bree Spainhour's 13th of the game. So she is closing in on a new career high. Not there yet, and the individual numbers and career numbers don't really matter to this Lynchburg team. They want to get a victory here, especially on senior night for Princess Salafu. 18-11. Guilford with one that just kind of hit the tape and rolled off, but down for a Quaker point. Bozarth with a good line drive serve. Leak will give chase to set that one. Stuff. Good block up front. Casey Johnson and Madison Duvall with a tag team wall. The near right side of your screen there, or really just right in front of our referee on the stand. Long serve that's out. Good read by Lynchburg defensively. Maya Green and Abby Barlow to the sideline off the bench. Reinforcements in here for Lynchburg. 19-12. Hornets down by 7. 5 setters are fun. Coach Hannah Gibbons doesn't want to deal with one of those tonight. She wants her team to close it out in 4. That ball came over, maybe made contact with the pin. Lynchburg couldn't get to it anyway. And now Guilford within 5. 20-12. Quakers by 8. I think this is their biggest lead of the match at any point in any set. Guilford playing really good right now. Reagan Shanahan checked back in the game for Lynchburg. Green is going to set Salafu. What a dig by Moore. Play's not over yet. Bozarth will free ball it over. The libero Blackmore did take that. Reagan Shanahan will take a swipe and take a point. The freshman stepping in. She's actually only got kills in 3 games this season. 3 counting that one. But she was huge in the win over Washington and Lee a couple weeks ago. 6 kills in that game. That was her first 6 of the year. Felt like it came out of nowhere, but Coach Hannah Gibbons said, no, we knew Reagan Shanahan had that in her the entire time. Just had to get her healthy. Setter dump there. Keogh handles it. Green will platform Kaylee Keogh. Good exchange right here. Back and forth. Blow for blow between the Quakers and the Hornets. Let's see if Lynchburg can get something out of this. Kaylee Keogh, block tip high up in the air. Will let Guilford have a chance, but the set was off target for Madison Duvall in the middle. Lynchburg within 6. They're cutting into it. 20-14. Reagan Shanahan serving. Nice one. What a serve. It was middle of the court, just on that near sideline. Perfect placement from the freshman from Fredericksburg, Reagan Shanahan. Reagan Shanahan has 1 assist on the season, make it 2. She doubled the total there and got Lynchburg within 5. Green for Salafu. Slam dunk wasn't there. Second try is. Princess Salafu on the pogo stick, jumping nicely. I don't think the injury's bothering her too much. Lynchburg within 4. Rally right here. Let's see if Guilford takes a timeout. At some point they would have to if Lynchburg continued this great run. And Reagan Shanahan will get another ace. 2 in the last couple points, and there is the timeout from Guilford. Comeback is on for Lynchburg. They trailed by 8. They've got it within 3, and the Hornets lead 2-1 in set 4 action on LHSN. Reagan Shanahan serving and serving well. That was the replay of the first ace that she had. There's the Lynchburg bench. Still in good spirits, as always, I think. Smiles and laughing and joking around. Reagan Shanahan, though, back to her talents. She just hasn't quite been 100% healthy this year, according to Coach Hannah Givens, but when she is a difference maker, and you are seeing that right here. She's kind of a 6 rotation player as well. She can give you a lot from all the different spots on the court. Speaking of a lot, great wall over there by Salafu and Green. They'll try again. That ball hit the antenna, and that's a Lynchburg point. Look at how pumped Abby Barlow is. Nobody brings more energy to the party than Abby Barlow. And Reagan Shanahan will continue this long serving run. Lynchburg within 2. What a fight back from the Hornets. Not an error, but Lynchburg will get in system thanks to the tough serve. Kaylee Keogh belted right through the block. That one was stung. 2019, Lynchburg's within 1. It is a 7-0 run. 7 unanswered for Lynchburg right now. See how loud the gym gets if they tie it up. Shanahan's probably going to try to do it right here on this serve. Moore collects that one with ease. High flight from the far side, but blocked by Lynchburg. Rebuild coming from Guilford, and they'll get a point. That will break the unanswered run, and the Quakers pump the lead back to 2. Alcantara, again, she has been the most consistent scoring threat, I think, for Guilford. No offense to Natalie Moore. Natalie Moore has been great, but Alcantara, I just think, has done it a little bit more often. Point for Lynchburg on the service error. They're back within 1. 21-20. Blackmore to serve. Cassie Blackmore, Reagan Shanahan, Abby Barlow, Kaylee Keogh, Ava Meinhardt, and Maya Green. The 6 on the hardwood right now for the home team. Offensive swing coming for Natalie Moore. Barlow got a piece. You could see the frustration there. She thinks she could have handled that. That's having a high standard, Abby Barlow. That was a tough shot. You gotta believe, though, as a defender, a DS libero style player like Abby Barlow is, you gotta believe that you can handle anything. That was a tough shot, though. Speaking of tough, Ava Meinhardt, she'll just mash one down to the floor. Up-tempo set and attack there from Maya Green. Hey, Maya Green's been pushing all the right buttons tonight. Green is out, Leak is on. Jana Leak has been setting well also, and Leak to serve. Jana Leak has been outstanding from the service line, like she's been the entire second half of the season. Moore from beyond the 10-foot line, pretty good rip. Kaylee Keogh had a nice look, but that was stuffed. I probably haven't give Guilford's blocking enough credit. They've been really sound up front. And maybe a little surprising they don't have more blocks, but again, you're only going to get the credit for the actual block if it leads to a point. So sometimes you stuff the other team, they get a chance to rebuild, but then you end up taking a point later on. Those block tips matter so much as well. Slow some of those shots down. Moore will get blocked. Was Lynchburg in the net? Yes, they were. Whistles blow. Guilford within 1. 24-21. Set point here for the Quakers. Lynchburg is not done yet, regardless of outcome. But boy, you gotta like what Guilford has done the last 2 sets. And really even sets 1 and 2 weren't bad. There's something big for Bree Spainhour. Hadn't called Bree Spainhour's name much lately. She hasn't gone anywhere though. Still an outstanding scoring option for Lynchburg. 13 kills for Bree Spainhour. They're within 2, and you gotta win by 2. So if Lynchburg can tie it at 24, they'll go the extra points again. What a stuff there. And this is what I mean. You don't get credit for a block on that, but boy, you really deserve it. Spainhour taking flight. High swing that will maybe lead to a point. How did Guilford keep that alive? Back to the outstanding defense. Short set from Leak to the middle to Meinhardt. Lynchburg gets it. Hornets are within 1. Timeout coming from Guilford. I think, yeah, Coach Emily Gann has given the signal. She wants to try to stall out some of the Lynchburg momentum. We'll just hang out right here and get some more of those great replays. Some wild defense in this one. Just all kinds of great stuff happening. Plays that you think are done and somehow somebody keeps it alive. Some big swings like that. That was Lynchburg's most recent point from the right arm of Ava Meinhardt. Here's a look at Kaylee Keough with a soft touch. Not her highest velocity kill, but one of the 19 on the night for Kaylee Keough. That is a new career high for KK. And counting. More points to get if you're a Lynchburg fan. They trail by 1. Smart timeout from Coach Emily Gann. You sense Lynchburg's getting some momentum. Also, you're trying to ice that server on the service line for Lynchburg. And this is what I talked with Ryan Turner about, the new men's head coach here at Lynchburg. After a timeout and in a tight situation, are you telling Kaylee Keough, hey, just make sure you get this one in. Don't be too choosy on this one. Get us a ball in play. Let's try to win the point that way. Seemed like Kaylee Keough did that there. Moore took 1 and 3. Tip. What a play by Leak to keep it alive and score. The diving dig kill by Jana Leak to tie the game. You just never see that. And we got to see it again. Watch Jana Leak. One arm out, floats it over and finds a space. The pancake kill. It was the thinnest of spatulas under that one to get it off. Good serve by Keough. Lynchburg going to get a chance here. Blackmore is going to bump set Reagan Shanahan on the move. Hornets will try to reorganize. Bree Spainhour taking flight. That pass was very close to the net. Hornets will get another chance to get in system. Actually, it's Blackmore. Spainhour wants another swing, but into the net. And Guilford will have another set point, 25-24. This is so good right here. Natalie Moore to serve. She's dangerous everywhere, but also on the service line. 1 ace tonight for Natalie Moore. Floats it in. Blackmore handles Leak to set Spainhour. Soft touch, and that's a kill for Bree Spainhour. Ball hit the scorer's table. We're tied up again, 25-25. Got to win by 2. By my statistical research, which is unofficial, of course, this is the 13th time Lynchburg has needed extra points in a set this year. Baker's dozen that they've gone over 25. Haven't won them all, of course. And Lynchburg's got a little bit of a flair for the dramatic up. Slight miscommunication there. Ball's going to end up out of play, and Guilford's now within 1 again. 26-25, another set point for the Quakers. Got to count up how many of these they've had. What a match. What a match. We're not done yet. Keough to Leak. They'll set up Spainhour. What a dig by Natalie Moore. That would look very comfortable in the end on what was a tough shot. How about the roof coming out? Spainhour and Salafu. Lakeside Drive Roof and Company putting the top on to tie the game up at 26 apiece. 26-26. I always say go to your senior, go to your veteran in these situations. Maybe Lynchburg will get Salafu a set here. The blocking you can't really control. That's what the other team's offense does. But obviously Salafu is a middle blocker. She's going to be around. Almost got a piece of that. But a window was available for Crispell Alcantara, and she crawled through it with a big swing. Another set point for Guilford. 27-26. Sounds like a broken record at this point. See if Lynchburg can hang on again. Tie this game up again. Jim got very quiet. 7 people looked back at me. I was the only one in the gym talking. It's like a library in here. Slight mishandle, but Blackmore's going to get it over. Lynchburg's going to have to dig in defensively here. Alcantara, rise and fire. It's out, though. It's out, and we're tied again. 27-27. Good job on the back line there. That was Blackmore, Barlow, and Shanahan that kept the ball alive that Blackmore did not handle cleanly on the serve. Tied up. Shanahan jumps into this right down the middle. Maybe a chance coming for Lynchburg. Blackmore is going to have to dive for that. Green, punch set. It actually went over, then into the net. Salafu dug it out. Kaylee Keough right-hands it. We're playing on here, and that is down to the floor on maybe a slight mishit by Madison Duval, but it does not matter. It's a point for Guilford. 28-27. Quakers within 1. Coach Hannah Givens likes to sub a lot, so sometimes in these extra point situations you run out of subs. You just got to go with those 6. Of course, the libero is a free sub. Kaylee Keough, an absolute rocket that somehow Guilford is going to handle. The free ball is coming. Green will dip down low to set KK again. Quakers handle it. Natalie Moore is going to swing. Tipped. Blackmore has it. Green, cross court to KK one more time and down. They set Kaylee Keough 3 times on that exchange, and it paid off. Keep feeding her. Keep feeding her. Referee stepped out to tell some of our fans to back up a little bit. I don't want to say that they were overzealous, the Lynchburg fans, but they were spilling out onto the court after that great exchange. 28-28, we're tied again. Blackmore to serve. Guilford Quakers had a coach running out on the court to grab something, piece of a hair tie or some tape or something. That was wild. And it's another point for Guilford. Quakers with another set point. Lynchburg has forced so many ties, but Lynchburg actually has not had a set point in set number 4. That would also be a match point. Lynchburg does lead 2-1. Good to remind folks of that. Keough rising and tipping. Natalie Moore is going to get the shot for Guilford. Shanahan handles on the run. Maya Green will set Kaylee Keough, and that is down for a point. No. Net contact. Net contact. Lynchburg's still alive. Lynchburg's still alive. Tied up at 29. Maya Green is serving. What is happening on this crazy volleyball game? We're getting close to Halloween. Both teams are wearing black. Wild stuff in this one. Good serve from Maya Green. Green with the offhand. She's a southpaw. She had to wing that one up with the right arm. Moore will get a chance to attack again. What a dig by Blackmore. Green on 2. Blackmore bumps to Maya Green. Short set to Meinhardt. That's handled by the libero Bozarth. Push shot from Moore. What a rally here. Kaylee Keough trying to go down the line, and it works. KK with a big one, and Lynchburg is within 1. Set and match point coming up for the Hornets. My goodness. Fans on their feet now inside Turner. It'll be Maya Green, the junior, to serve it. That was aggressive, and it hit off the top of the mesh and fell down. I don't hate it from Kaylee Keough. Or excuse me, from Maya Green. That was Maya Green serving. Kaylee Keough, by the way, that was kill number 22 on the night. She continues to extend that career high. Here's the jump serve from Maddie Page. Green gonna set Meinhardt. Handled nicely by Johnson. Natalie Moore wants a rip. Blackmore gets it over to Green. Kaylee Keough again. Guilford gonna look to get in system. Page sets Moore. Tipped. Lynchburg will tip right back. Net joust coming. Wild one at the tape there. Roll shot from Reagan Shanahan calms things down a little bit, but here comes Moore. Loads up to fire. Blocked, but it went out. Oh, Lynchburg's block was good on the far right pin, but the ball would not stay in play. Another set point for Guilford. 31-30. What a set. What a night here on our final game inside Turner this season. Final volleyball match anyway. Green will set Kaylee Keough. Cleared for takeoff and cleared to throw it down. We're tied again. 31-31. 23rd termination of the night for Kaylee Keough. She's got 3 assists too. 10 digs for KK in an all-around night. She's at the service line now, probably exhausted. Floats one over to Moore. Moore's going to take the swing. Blackmore digs it for Lynchburg. Reagan Shanahan got the big bazooka arm on that, but it was blocked and then caromed into a couple teammates. Lynchburg's got Sydney Phillips out there in the front row right now. Didn't mention Sydney Phillips came off the bench as a sub. Prime-time player here in set 4. Another set point for Guilford. Not a broken record. They've had a lot of these. Blackmore couldn't handle a tough serve from Natalie Moore, and that is how a marathon workhorse set will come to a close. Guilford wins it 33-31. We're going to need all 5 inside Turner tonight. Do not miss the conclusion of this one on LHSN.
what you're missing.
It really don't matter to me. I'm just happy to be here. I might go crazy.
Here we go. We're going to need all 5 inside Turner on senior night. We're celebrating the lone Lynchburg senior, Princess Salafu. She's going to be on the court to start set 5. Yes, set 5. Only to 15 here. You still have to win by 2. Lynchburg has won some 5-setters this season. Let's go to the statistics. Lynchburg this year got the 5-set win against Washington and Lee. Actually, their only 5-set win of the season. So the record in the 5-setters actually hasn't been quite as good as I thought. Kaylee Keogh has been as good as ever tonight. She currently has 23 kills. That is the 5th most in program history. The record is 29 by Beth Carter back in 2001. And I would not put that past Kaylee Keogh tonight. She is jumping well. She is swinging well. Obviously, the setters, Leak and Green, are getting her the ball with regularity. Only to 15 in set 5, so that limits your chances a little bit. And once again, I'll say it, Kaylee Keogh is not worried about the personal accolades. She wants to see her team get a victory. That one is out. Nice read by Cassie Blackmore to let it go. And Lynchburg off to a good start in set 5. 1-0. Lynchburg won the first 2 sets. Guilford countered and took sets 3 and 4, trying for what they call in volleyball the reverse sweep. Net joust that Lynchburg is going to win. Tough at the tape there by Ava Meinhardt. Hornets up 2-0. Jana Leak serving for Lynchburg. Leak has been great in this game. Maya Green, I think, has been outstanding in this game. Defensively, sets 3 and 4, we saw some incredible exchanges from both teams. Here's Keogh with a rip down to the floor. Tori Williamson was there for a cover, but just couldn't quite handle it. 2-1. Guilford's got their first point of set 5. Yeah, I thought the defense has really stood out in sets 3 and 4. And sets 1 and 2 were very good. Lynchburg won set 1 by 5. They took set 2 by 3. But you just had the feeling that Guilford wasn't going away. The Quaker team's been playing great volleyball as of late. They've won 4 out of their last 6, and Guilford has won 12 of their last 16. Another block from Lynchburg, sound up front, but the ball just would not stay on court. 2-2. Knotted at deuces here. Is the setter, Maddie Page. She's got a good serve. One of those line drives just over the top line of the net. Oh, Kaylee Keogh will find the donut for her 24th termination of the game. And it is the 3rd point in set 5 for Lynchburg. 3-2, Hornets by 1. Keogh, serves more. Keogh will take the dig here. Let's see where Leak goes. Back set to Bree Spainauer. What a play right there to hoist that one up. Blackmore does a similar good job. Leak this time going to set Tori Williamson. That hit the line. Oh, yes. Williamson using all the room over there on the far side of the court. 4-2, Lynchburg by 2 again. They got out to an early 2-0 advantage in set 5. Hornets are on the road in Huntington, Pennsylvania for 2 tough ones Saturday, but they are only thinking about extinguishing this fire from Guilford right now. 5-2, Lynchburg by 3. Keogh to serve it again. Keogh, Blackmore, Leak, Spainauer, Meinhardt, and Williamson on court right now for Lynchburg. Page will set Moore. That's tough. That is tough to stop. Natalie Moore is so good. That's kill number 18 for Natalie Moore. She's got a career high 27. That came earlier this month, October the 7th, against Bob Jones University. Leak will have to run down a bit of a wide pass. No problem, though, as she'll get it to Bree Spainhour, cranked by the sophomore. Bree Spainhour's good night continues. Kill number 16 for Bree Spainhour. That is a career high. Bree Spainhour just set a career high in kills. It'll be a night to remember regardless for Lynchburg. But they want the win. That ball's out. Good call there. Coaches were calling that one out as well. Sometimes on the sideline, the coaching staff and the teammates actually get a slightly better read. Here's a timeout from the Guilford Quakers as they have fallen behind 4. It's a 7-3 Lynchburg advantage in set 5 on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
Late October ODAC volleyball at its finest. You've got two teams that are gearing up for a potential postseason run. I think they've got the talent to do it, both these squads. Probably going to be sitting in those 7 and 8 seeds in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference tournament. But I would not put a road upset win past either of those teams, regardless of who they have to face in round 1. They're playing so good right now. And that's technical skill, that's passion, that's fire, that's fight, that's enthusiasm. Speaking of which, right there, great effort to run that ball down. How has Guilford kept it alive? They haven't. Point for Lynchburg. On top by 5, and in a race to 15, that feels like a lot. The two teams will switch sides. Guilford will be in the right court. Lynchburg will be on the left side of your screen when we restart the action. Not going anywhere, not a full timeout, although the coaches do get a chance to deliver a little bit of instruction there. Sub coming in. This is Sydney Phillips. We saw her play quite a few points in set 4. Phillips will go back to serve. Coach Hannah Givens loves what Sydney Phillips brings from the service line. And she was actually serving when her junior college team won a national championship. Played at Paul D. Camp in the eastern part of Virginia. JUCO over there. That's been really playing some good volleyball in the last few years. You don't win a national championship without playing good volleyball. And Sydney Phillips was on that team. She's serving right now. Phillips, Keogh, Leak, Williamson, Spainhour, and Salafu. Oh, and there is the great serve from Sydney Phillips. How about that? Lynchburg by 6 now, 9-3. If you're Sydney Phillips, you may go back to that same spot if possible. Guilford players are giving the hands down gesture, giving the calm down signal. We're okay. Strong, long serve from Phillips, but just out. That just missed the back line. Again, I don't hate it from Sydney Phillips. I like the aggressiveness there, especially after you've already got an ace in your pocket. Try to just pair them up. A pair of aces would sound pretty good on the poker table, wouldn't it? 9-4. Quakers do get a point. Bozarth serving. Keogh handles. Leak will attack on 2, and it's right on time for Lynchburg. They're 5 out now. 5 from the finish line as Jana Leak gets a kill. Maya Green subbing in. Abby Barlow will do the same. Barlow's going to serve. 10-4. Lynchburg by 6. And it's storybook stuff. It's what I've been thinking about and dreaming about, but I would just love to see Princess Salafu get set late here for some kills on senior night to possibly bring it home for Lynchburg. Writing is on the wall now as Guilford a little bit bent out of shape, and their coach, Emily Gann, wants to take a timeout. Lynchburg has jumped up 11-4. It's set 5 action inside Turner on the campus of the University of Lynchburg. The lone senior for Lynchburg, Princess Salafu, has had a pretty good senior night. 7 kills, 1 block solo, 2 block assists. Kaylee Keough has stolen the show from an offensive perspective with 24 terminations. That's on 51 swings. It has been a steady diet for Kaylee Keough. A buffet of sets, and she scored in some other ways as well. Bree Spainhour with a career night kills-wise. 16 terminations for Bree Spainhour. See if Lynchburg can take it home. They're on top 11-4 in set 5. Ball handling error up front in the middle by Madison Duval. Officials thought that was kind of a throw there. And it's a point for Lynchburg, 12-4. Hornets have been good from the service line. 9 aces now for Lynchburg. 9 aces in this game. 5 setters, so the number doesn't look quite as impressive. But still, Lynchburg has served it well. They've gotten Guilford's defense disorganized on some of those tough serves as well. Quakers couldn't transition. Guilford did transition well on that one with another high, hard swing from Casey Johnson. She's up to 8 terminations on the night. It's a 12-5 Lynchburg lead. Just cleaning up the thought about the serving. When Lynchburg hasn't gotten an ace, the tough serve has been making it difficult for Guilford to transition to defense from offense. Didn't state it so eloquently before. There's Tori Williamson flying high. She might have touched it twice. Push shot from Maya Green was a good idea, but floats out of bounds. 12-6. Lynchburg still doubling up Guilford, so it feels comfortable. But these leads can evaporate quickly. Lynchburg evaporated a Guilford lead in set 4, and that turned into a marathon. Princess Salafu, went with the high heat, but that's out of play. And now Guilford is starting to get together a little mini rally. Yeah, we had 9 ties and 3 lead changes in set 4. Guilford had, I believe, 9 set points. Cross-court set for Tori Williamson. Bang! Lynchburg's within 2 of taking the match. 13-7. Lynchburg on top. I think Maya Green's been outstanding tonight. Jana Leak has been setting well when she's been out there. Maya Green, though, standing out for sure. Good serve from Reagan Shanahan, who's back in. Whoa, up-tempo attack and a hard strike from Madison Duval. 13-8. Guilford not going away quietly. They're going to make it tough for Lynchburg. Barlow handles the serve. Green to set Kaylee Keough. Dug up nicely. Here comes Natalie Moore. She'll rip and score. Natalie Moore, the sophomore, continues her outstanding night. 19 kills now for Moore. 13-9. Guilford is within 4, and this definitely feels close now. Quakers might be developing some momentum. Reagan Shanahan put the paintbrush under that one, but nobody else could get to it after the skin on ball. 13-10, Quakers within 3. Coach Hannah Givens has got the timeout in her pocket. Doesn't want to use it just yet. Shanahan handles that one pretty easily. Green. Mid-height set over to Kaylee Keough. Moore got blocked, but Lynchburg couldn't quite get to Karam. Went right down the backs of Maya Green and Princess Salafu, and there is the timeout. Lynchburg only needs 2 to win it, but Guilford is within 2. 13-11. Hornets on top on LHSN. Great energy in the gym. Not our biggest crowd, I've mentioned that, but boy, they have been treated to some outstanding volleyball. They have showed their appreciation. Everybody getting their money's worth on this one. We hope you're enjoying it on LHSN. We've had some outstanding visuals. So much fun putting the spotlight on these players and coaches. Maya Green to Princess Salafu. Let's see if Guilford can keep it alive. They can. Lynchburg will get a chance to re-attack. Green's going to set Kaylee Keogh this time. Down the line and in. Yeah, it's flight number 17 cleared for takeoff again as Kaylee Keogh finds the line shot. Lynchburg, match point right here. 14-11. Fans are coming alive now. Cassie Blackmore to serve it. Lynchburg just needs the one. Floats it in to Natalie Moore. They're going to go back to Moore. Blocked up front. We got to play on, though. Nice touch there. Green going to set Kaylee Keogh. How about one more time? And she does it. Kaylee Keogh, a career night, getting herself in the Lynchburg record books and winning the match with another termination. Kaylee Keogh with the swing to end it. Lynchburg takes it in 5 sets. 15-11 in set 5. They won sets 1 and 2. Kaylee Keogh got her for 24 on the night, and they were all necessary. A great senior night for Princess Salafu. Lynchburg wins it in 5 sets over the Guilford Quakers. Tip your cap to the visitors. They played hard tonight and gave Lynchburg everything they wanted in this one. A few shots here on the replays to send it home, but man, this has been an outstanding night, a great way to wrap up our volleyball season inside Turner. Lynchburg has more games, but all on the road. Hopefully you can follow along, connect with us on social media, on the website, lynchburgsports.com. What a night here all the way around for the Hornets. They beat Guilford in 5 sets. Kyle Haney saying so long. We'll talk to you again soon, Hornet fans. We have loved this one tonight.